Evet arkadaşlar, serimize hoş geldiniz. Bu görevde sizinle birlikte Serendia'nın ve Carpio'nun yenilenmiş görevlerini yapacağız. Öncelikle Kararuh'tan elveda Guruşi diye görevi alıyoruz. O görevi almadan önce Belenos ana görevlerini bitirmeniz gerekiyor. Görevi alıyorum.
We meet again, adventurer. It's me, Hans. The entire village is reveling in tales of your heroics. Quite the impressive saga, I must say. Although, I don't suppose you've heard the latest news? I just got word this morning. I was off to my post, as usual, when I received an urgent message. Apparently, a note was found, belonging to Grusha. The contents of the note spurred a request for a search party. Dr. Uno had to translate it from the goblin tongue, but something about his words, filled with bitterness and resentment toward the world. And something ominous I can't quite place. It read,
I seek with mortal desperation the final gift of Gieth that brings one's deepest desires into being. The Black Stone.
I mean, if that doesn't sound like dark magic, I don't know what does. But what do I know of goblins or magic? Don't mind my ramblings. You're off to Heidel. Enjoy the sights.
Evet, görevimiz burada bitti.
Halt! There will be an inspection. Just playing with you. It's a joke.
Serendia macerası başlıyor. Ünvan kazandık. Tekrar bununla mı
Now that
konuşuyoruz?
we resume trade with Bellic, are you headed to Serendia? May I
Ana
ask the
görev.
purpose of your visit? Ah. Oh, and there's a wagon that's running behind schedule. I'd appreciate it if...
Tabi bu görevi öncelikle nerede başladığımızı söyleyelim. Heyder geçinden başlıyoruz tabii ki de. Vagonu ara diyor. Arayalım. Yakın mı? Uzak mı? Ona göre gideceğim. Yakınmış. İnelim, vagonu arayalım. Şöyle.
This is a right mess. Gods above. What's to be done? My little girl was... First it was those damn goblins.
Serendia
Now it's
kırık
the
vagon.
thieves will pick my... I'm sure my daughter...
Ağaç kes diyor. Tamam, ağacımızı kestik.
Yeah, you're headed to hide. Oh, you think that here... I heard the note would certainly be...
Ne diyor bize? Cemkas ile konuş diyor. Tamam, oraya hızlı bir şekilde gidelim. O da tam olarak burada. Gördüğünüz gibi. Kuzey muhafız kampında.
Gods. Where have all the
Şöyle
elite
ana görev.
soldiers...
Cerettin'in misafiri.
You from there. As you can see, it's a look. Your lady for the one who felt the
Görevimiz
phantom
oldu.
knight in a
Bilgimizi
single
de aldık.
blow. This should be a mere walk in the park.
Kuzey Heydel Fiskiye. Alalım onu. Şöyle yapalım. Seçim diyor. Bundan birini seçeceğiz. Fark ediyor mu acaba? Tercih imp komutanı ile sorunu çöz. Seçim maden imhası. İmp komutanı ile sorunu çöz diyelim. Biz bunu seçelim bakalım. Nasıl bir sorunu çözeceğiz komutanıyla? İlk komutanı değil kaptan, evet.
We were wrong. If not, wrong. We have fallen.
Görevimiz tamamlandı. Kuzey Muhafız Kampı'na dönüş. Atımızı alalım. Görevimizi hemen verelim.
You from Veria? Nice to meet you. Tis Arthur.
Boss! If you meet Lady Jordine.
Görevimiz oldu. Kara ruh açıldı ve tanıdık bir yüz görevi açıldı. Ay üstünde konuş.
Oh, my older brother told me to treat all stones as if they were gold.
Ata binemiyorum ya. Oğlum. Sıçacağım atını. Adamlardan ata tıklayamıyorum. Alejandro çiftliğine hoş geldiniz.
Yes.
Ay
I heard
görevi
you resolved
anında
many
kabul
troubles in
ettim, kusura
Balos while I
bakmayın.
was away. My daughter.
Alejandro çiftliği de tam olarak burada. Şu atı kenara koyalım da sonra sorun yaşıyoruz.
Yes. I heard you
Görev.
resolved
Ya,
many troubles.
yeniden
Often
buluşma.
There's something I
Sohbet.
wanted to...
Recently, with
All the pumpkins here have transformed.
Don't get too close.
this doesn't bode well.
The widespread appearance of these things seems to coincide with the incident at the stone chamber.
It speaks.
Yes.
Is it saying something? It said, "Our Lord will fulfill our wish." Also,
Yeah,
our
merak-
blood-red Lord lies buried here.
Blood red?
Master?
Ali Üstün'ün
The
öğrencisi Eda.
symbol of Hexa. Could it be Belmoon? Creator of the Shadow Knights. A name I've not heard in a long time.
The Knights of that ancient...
I agree.
I'll rendezvous with our society contact. Then,
Make certain you...
Eden, don't
Bir dakika dur.
That ancient kingdom.
I agree.
I'll rendezvous with our society contact. Then make my way to Coronda Ridge.
Make certain you do, Owen. You're the only one who can verify the power of the relic.
Eden, don't underestimate the dangers of Coronda Ridge. Make sure you bring Yaz along to protect you. You'll protect each other.
Yaz, honestly, is that necessary? I'd rather fight Belmorn alone, blindfolded even.
Huh? Who needs protecting? I don't want to fight Belmorn. I'll just...
So, adventurer, what is it that brings... Ah, the golden lion of Serendia. I sense I trust you to take care of yourself.
Görevimizi aldık. Heydel'e git. Ha dur. Attan inmem lazımmış.
Belmont, Monarch of Darkness and founder of the Shadow Knights. Impeccable timing. Right after the incident at the Stone Chamber.
Yes, there's likely some connection, but I can't say for certain. Right now, finding a solution takes precedence over pinpointing the cause.
I don't disagree. So, Master Lewiston has gone to meet with Freyro.
Indeed. Meanwhile, I'm headed to Corunda Ridge.
Yummy bread.
Please look after Yaz.
Martha, Luffy, hey! That's
So
my
I'm stuck
bread.
with her. I'd rather head to Calpheon.
Oh, my.
Or even fight Belmont myself.
This one.
Funny. That's exactly what Eden said.
Görevimiz oldu.
Look, why don't we just switch missions and... Huh? Who are you? What do you want?
Ah, we meet again. Oust, this is the adventure.
Hold on. There she goes. Why do you ask? Oh, still where? See? That reminds me. On the off chance you're good with...
Though I did expect you much sooner. Adventurer, your timing couldn't have been better. It's starting soon. Such a rare occurrence. You should count yourself lucky that you'll become now. I do not wish to miss a single moment of him. Such trifling matters can certainly wait. Now don't give me that look. I know you've no such spectacles of Of course, here's my if I pulled him away from his duty, we must be responsible with the lives he and I will one do. Hurry, will you? Your memory loss is no...
There's not a soul in Serendia who's tougher than me. War's done and dusted. So what are we trading for, eh?
Harry, was it? Huh? Rumor has it you're the strongest one here.
Grand Chamber.
No, it's fine. Give me a show of that strength. If you can best me, I'll make you wealthy beyond imagination.
Ha! You certain, my lord? Got your word on that? All right, then. Don't blink now, lads! It'll be rags to riches in a flash for me, eh?
Huh. Wait, wasn't there supposed to be an inspection today?
show me what you're made of.
Don't mind if I do.
Is that all?
Blast. My hand just slipped. What's it?
You lack proper fundamentals. Train harder.
Yes. My lord. Proud sons of Serendia.
Yes, war may be behind us for now. But to our west, we have imps, while Fogans and Nagas have surrounded Lish. Orcs, bloody monastery zealots, and Viragi bandits yet breathe down our necks. Will you stand by and let these monsters threaten the safety of your wives and children?
No, sir!
Do not forget, Calpheon is our overlord. They are not our ally. In the south, Baron Alfonso Rundi has his blade pointing menacingly at us. Once we topple him, our true battle shall finally begin. When the time comes, our country's heroes will be rewarded with fortune and glory. So train hard, overcome your fears, and prepare to make our enemies kneel before us. The glory and splendor of Serendia rests upon your very shoulders. Who is with me?
Oh, my Jordine. You bear the burden of a billion lesser men. My hunky giga Jord. I am relieved to know we have such well-trained forces in Serendia. It's all because I am proud, but... Is your memory loss? You are aware of how precious Blackstones are, yes? Around a decade ago, Blackstones were discovered in the western part of Serendia. When word reached Calpheon, they dissolved our alliance and declared war. Of course, they gave countless reasons. But with a decade-long history of warring over Blackstones in the desert, the facade was hardly necessary. We resisted as best we could, but that was a war we simply could not win. To my utter shame, I, the once proud princess of Serendia, was taken hostage. My brave and gallant savior was none other than our esteemed Jordine Ducasse. Shortly thereafter, my father surrendered and faced the war tribunal in Calphion. My father, the original king of this land, is now but the Duke of Serendia. The regrettable result of bending the knee to our Calphionian conquerors. You see, my mother, the former queen, was a princess of Calphion's Seric royal family. This allowed my father to maintain power in Serendia, even if only as its duke. The great irony is that Calphion now has no throne, no king at all. However, that's why I consider it, though I may... So, when Sir Jordine takes my hand in marriage with... Anyway, let's go. Wait, father is with him. I wonder what they're discussing.
Grand Chamberlain, are you certain of this? I am aware...
The die has been cast, Your Grace.
Do you truly believe them blind?
Your Grace, the pieces are nearly all in place. The final piece is justification.
They will realize what we're doing.
I am aware. I assure you, Your Grace. I will proceed with even greater caution now.
I only wish for you and Jarrett to be happy.
Your Grace, Serendia is being exploited. Who could find happiness in such a state? Rest assured, Your Grace, I will see it done. And you may come in, my lady. I recall...
Oh, Sir Jordine, you knew. I merely wished not to disturb you. Oh,
It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Jordine Ducasse. Ground, you seem to be from Calphion, but I'll make an exception for you to stay. Let's hope we're still on the same side when your memory returns. I've heard much of your adventures from Lady Jarrett. I hear you are an exceptionally skilled individual. Though you have lost all memory of your past, your demeanor tells me you are Calphionian. Though I loathe Calphion to my core, you have done much for the good of Serendia. And so, I offer this proposal.
what? Why are you hesitating? Answer quickly. What are you doing?
I have high expectations for you. Treasures, rank, the woman who wrought chaos. I will contact you soon. The Serendian court will soon...
Well, that was not what I expected. I thought he'd be more enthusiastic about you. Clearly, greater fanfare was required of... Just don't forget that yours seems like you've yet to be given...
Hello there, I'm Laura. Oh, Lady Jarrett. Thank you for your generous contributions to the orphanage. Clementina asked me to thank you for her. Lucas and Jean also wanted to send along their sincere gratitude.
There's no need to thank me at every opportunity. These are the sort of advantages that come with my friendship.
So you're a friend of Lady Jarrett. Pleasure's all mine. Name's Laura. I look forward to doing business with you. As this is our first meeting, and you being a friend of Lady Jarrett's, here's some potions on the house. I'm sure you'll be back once you test their efficacy for yourself. Potions are a shy specialty. Oh, and all the profits from
Laura, there's no need to go to such lengths. Surely a single potion sample will be more profitable.
Don't you worry about me, Lady Jarrett.
Indeed. Your shop is held in high esteem for a reason. I'm off then. Send my regards to the children. Hydel must seem worlds apart from the quaint simplicity of Velia. I do admit it feels quite different to me today as well, truth be told. This city I tread each day was beginning to lose its charm. However, it somehow takes on new life with you at my side. Well, it's about time to seek out some work that needs doing. A competent hand always leads with action. A city has a way of running amok if its leadership slacks off. One must stay diligent to maintain... Well, why not take a walk around Hydel? There's bound to be... A city has a way of running amok if its leadership slacks off. One must stay diligent to maintain control. I suppose you don't know the city well enough yet. A city has a way of running amok if its leadership slacks off. One must stay diligent to maintain control. Well, why not take a walk around Hydel? A city has a way of running amok. Yes, a great idea. You will always find something to do there.
Greetings, adventurer. Just the one I was looking for. Could you lend me a hand? Geez, they just shake if we can warm them up a bit. Clothes would be what? Would you be so kind as... Yes, would you be so kind as to chop some firewood?
A city has a way of running amok if its leadership slacks off. One must stay diligent to maintain... Yes, a city has a way of running amok... Yes.
Would you be so kind as to chop some firewood for these poor Wow. What? Thank you for your kindness, adventure.
What? A city has a way of running amok if its leadership slacks off. One must stay diligent to maintain control.
You came to see? Oh, I've been... But knew that said, I don't have the time to see for myself. Try speak. They will like... A merchant should enjoy large crowds. So, what do you want from me?
You can what's trending these days?
Gemstones are not something to be bargained with. What ideally...
No
You came to... Is that... You did a... A merchant should enjoy large crowds. So...
A city has a way of running amok. Yes, a city has a...
Hey, you there! Opiate, you just do me this small favour. Please, just do me this small favour. Yes, thank you.
A city has a way of running amok. That's your work. You've pleased. That reminds me. Sir Jordine briefly met helping out with elder farmers located.
Evet, haritanın bu tarafına geldik. Tam olarak şuradayız. Coco el değili.
Welcome, I'm Coco, and with a new body. What business?
As Sir Jordine is occupied with other matters, I have come in his stead as his betrothed.
Ah, is that the young lady? You dare hold? You heard that cheeky, insolent cur? I saw that smirk. You come here this instant. Oh, as you wish, milady.
Oh, I know what you're up to. Elder Farm supplies the plumes from fan flamingos, don't you?
We do.
Fan flamingos are the pride of Heidel. Noble women of Calphion can't get enough.
No wonder the Grand Chamberlain pays you such little attention. With that kind of horrid taste in fashion. Excuse me!
Right. We have work to do. I want a full inspection of the farm immediately.
What? You can't just show up here and... as if we aren't already working ourselves to the bone. And you. Are you lady supposed to be collecting fan flamingo plumes? But I have to deal with this inspection now. So I have no choice but to rely on you for help.
That girl.
What? Ever consider... I didn't think you'd be back so quickly. See? Or we've never evaded paying our...
Paying taxes is nothing
We've never evaded paying our dues to...
Paying taxes is nothing special as a Serendian. Looks like you had a good harvest year. Come on, adventurer. You did well today. Drinks are on me. I'll meet you at the Golden Toad Inn, remember? It's the place where we met Lara earlier.
We've never evaded paying our...
Evet, şuraya gitmemiz gerekiyor. Hemen gidelim. Evet, görev yerimize geldik. Devam ediyoruz. Gidelim görev yerimize. Gidelim görev yerimize. Sesim umarım net bir şekilde geliyordur.
Roy got us a one. What? You think I used him? Come now, drink. This here is a mead made with... It's little more than water to us Serendians. Now, bottoms up, all at once is the only way. What's that look? You don't think I poisoned it, do you? I would have done that back in Balanos had that been my intent. I can tell if you're drunk. Aha! Now you're a true Serendian. Now it's my turn. All right, let's get us cheers. Cheers. Bottoms up. Does he not see me? I mean, oh.
Phobius, you're up.
Right. Chairman of the Heidel League of Merchants, Bobby Lawler. Time's up. Do you ever plan to repay your debt? Huh? My eyes thirst for blood. You gonna quench it? Huh?
I told you, I need a few more days.
A
And how long has it been? We've shown enough leniency. Miss your deadline again, and we take the inn, as per our contract. The Jean Merchant Guild would bring great profit to Hyrule. Why can't they understand that?
Greetings, adventurer. I am Lady Dret's handmaiden, Carolyn. The lady's sudden, I will return her ladyship's, my lady. Wakey wakey. Oh, yes. Oh, if it's about Isabel Encarosha, the Hydel branch manager of the Calphion Jean Merchant Guild, I'm sure you're already well aware, but we can't help it. She is the sole heiress of You don't strike me as the type to heed advice.
That's none of your business. You want to talk to Lady Isabel? You go through me first.
It's all right, Pervious. I know this one. You're the breaker of chains, aren't you? What business could the savior of Balanos have with me? I haven't a black stone to speak of. So, you did lose your memory, and your understanding of the ways of this world, it seems. I'm a merchant. Information is as good as gold, and all information finds its way into my pockets. Surge. Understand that. Great profit, Hyrule. Why can't they understand that?
Isabel won't be holding her head high for long. You're helping the Grand Chamberlain, right? Then help me first. I lead the merchants here. Sir Jordine tasked me with something important, though I've been ensnared in this scheme and...
Pervious, have you sharpened your axe? I feel we shall have need of it shortly.
You're the savior of Velia. I'm sure Chief Igor gave you quite a reward. Oh, people are going to laugh at me.
Very well. Head to the Lynch farm and collect the Merchant League's debt. In return, I'll waive this month's interest for him.
Isabel, you know that's impossible. Morana Lynch is dead. They can't pay off the debt. Damn. Look, please help me any way you can. I'm sure the Grand Chamberlain will be grateful for your help. Sir Jordine, the only hope for Hyrule.
Tamam, şuraya gideceğiz. Evet, tam olarak dediğimiz yere geldik. Şuradayız, devam ediyoruz.
What? Bobby Lauren? Money? What do you... I can't just give up the biggest farm in the north! Imps! Get rid... Calm down.
Are you genuinely up?
Is that so?
My husband! My husband was... No! How did you handle them all? Inside there is the house where my... What?
You're more nothing out of the ordinary. And if they were in the leader of the... Surely you didn't think the elites of an imp beg was he was So, Idle thought after losing to Liberto, he no longer sought duels. Instead, he and his minions laid traps or ambushes, attacking and butchering those. As for Liberto lynched, rumor has it that Beg returned after the sighting of a man clad in black. Just like with Red Nose, your countenance seems to question how I know so much. I told you, I'm a merchant. Gathering information is my trade. It behooves me to get rid of him, so fear not. Anyway, it seems you're... Oh, and also...
My husband was never on good terms with Sir Jordine. Here, this amount should be more than enough to...
Tamamdır. Heyder'e geri döneceğiz. Evet, dediğimiz yere geldik. Heydel Hanı'na.
The farm was in such a mess. How... Isabel won't be holding her
The
head
Jean
high
Merchant
for-
Guild would bring great profit to Hyrule.
There you are. I hear Calkin's Jean Merchant Guild. Ah, I shall go ahead and...
Şuraya gideceğiz. Hadi gidelim. Evet, geldik. Yeniden.
I was much too soft on him. Adventurer! Let's hurry before he gets... You should be honored, adventurer, to walk the palace grounds with me. That is Sir Royg's office. I say it's far too nice considering his position. I'm sure you've heard much about our Grand Chamberlain. He may seem a bit particular at times, but beneath it all, he's quite the gentle soul. Especially toward talented individuals. I'm sure you more than fit those qualifications. Here we are, the Grand Chamberlain's office. Rather modest for his authority, don't you think?
Adventurer, welcome. Praise for you has been abundant, and it may... would you join me for the happiness of the citizens of Serendia? There's a castle ruins to the southeast of Serendia. Land named Montvedel that once belonged to a count. Now it's nothing more than a den for traitors who discarded their oaths of loyalty like worn-out shoes. They...
But Sir Jordine, that's where our...
My lady, there is not a soul alive unaware of the threat that Lord Alfonso Rundi's forces pose for Hyrule. Our friendship is what's kept him alive this long. As future inheritor of this dukedom, you must also be strong. I should be seeing to the Montvedel ruin. Moreover, the fact that Alfonso Rundi and I were once friends is well known among the... So it is fortunate timing for a talented adventurer such as yourself to be here now. They are gaining strength by pillaging the surrounding area. We cannot let them extend their reach to Moretti Farm. If you succeed in taking down the Montvedel forces, I promise you honor and fortune, and I shall do everything I can to help you find the White Witch. I've been investigating a missing person case lately. When we next meet, I may have something to share on the matter. Of course, I will await your answer. My lady, please excuse me. I have a meeting to attend.
Adventurer, come to my chambers. So, I must be... There's something you should know before... Jordine Ducasse, the son of a secretary. Alfonso Rundi, the son of a knight. And me, Jarette Domengard, the youngest daughter of the king. All hailing from different backgrounds, yet we were friends. To one another, we were Joe, Al, and Jerry. Always playing happily with one another. As we grew older, we began to realize the differences in our status. Then everything changed when Kelfion attacked. Joe and Al, those carefree scoundrels, enlisted to fight under General Cliff. I remained within the castle walls, entirely unaware of how the war was unfolding. When word came that the enemy was at our door, I tried to escape, but was captured by Kelfion. I took a blow to the head when I was taken prisoner. I thought surely my end had come. But when I opened my eyes again, I found myself in Jordine's arms. A strong jaw, a sharp nose, the sound of labored breathing. My heart races each time I recall that moment. After the war, he rose to the rank of Grand Chamberlain. He proposed to me, making us heirs to Serendia. But instead of celebrating our union, Al locked himself away in his estate, refusing to ever see me again. What horrors, that said. Alfonso Rundi is still my friend. But as Sir Jordine said, I must steel myself. Promise me, swear, that you won't kill him. Do you understand? Now, I've come to think of it. And it's right on the heels of his proposal.
Grand Chamberlain, Sir Edmund Dawson of the extraction mill, still complains about the delivery schedule.
He's trying to pin his embezzlement on us.
What are you talking about? Speak plainly, Jordine.
Bring in the sword. Sir Edmund sent me this sword as a gift. It appears ordinary at first glance, but were you to hold it yourself, you would sense the darkness within, like gripping a shadow. It's undoubtedly been refined with pure black crystals, likely pilfered from our extraction mill.
Those Kelfion scum. When will they leave us be? Well, at least it's not about Alphon. I'll personally deal with the black crystals later. For now, let's focus on the task at hand. Let's first head to the... I'll personally deal...
Geldik şimdi. Devam ediyoruz görevimize.
This is Moretti Farm, the granary of Serendia. And just lately, which means, well, now this is Moretti Farm, the granary of Serendia. That could. This is Moretti Farm, the that could work. You're smarter than you look. We'll just go in like we're here on regular business. Right. Give them a casual greeting, Jarette. Don't seem too stiff and...
Greetings. I am Mercy Ann Moretti. I run Moretti Farm. Greetings. I am Mercy. How can I help you, adventurer? Oh, and Lady Jarette.
Hello. Oh, there's that scent again. Why does it haunt me so? Ah, Mercian, it's been some time. I hope you're paying your taxes on time?
Taxes? Wasn't that last week? They went up a fair margin, but we paid them without complaint.
Oh, is that so? There's that same... Yes, I was wondering the same. Why are soldiers hanging around a farm?
They're mercenaries from Medea, currently protecting the farm.
What? Median forces on your farm? Surely you haven't forgotten where your allegiances lie.
What am I to do then? Do you know how much I've spent on them? It's been ages. Been ages since just like that. I can't believe it. After everything I did. Actually, why didn't the Lord send someone like you earlier?
This one here is one of mine. Could you send your mercenaries away now?
Of course. I thought all the wheat over there was lost. Is there something else you need? If so, you can ask the workers here. Rewards won't be much, but why ask me? I'm swamped with work on... You saw how many...
Mercian, I'm here for the supplies. Let's quickly be done with it.
Ah, cocoa. Just in time. Everything's ready in the barn. Oh. Cocoa, just in...
See,
Cocoa.
See, Povius? It's just as I told you. Serendians all have secrets they're hiding. So, the intel of Moretti Farm siphoning grains was true. You know, you could have settled your debt with that.
I said I needed just one more week, Lady Isabel. You can't just barge in like this. Besides, you agreed to the extension.
So you're saying Serendians are trustworthy? One lends money but does not receive, while the other does not return what was loaned. Who's the villain? Of course it's the latter. Besides, I'm not pressing her for immediate payment. I'm just reminding her that the date is forthcoming. So, what brings you here, adventurer? All of the troops at the castle ruins by yourself? You're good, but that would truly be impressive. Many who took loans from our Jean Merchant Guild claimed they did so to pay off their mounting taxes. I was just about to go and remind the Baron of his debt. But...
Didn't the Scarecrow attack you on your way here? Rebels and the army. They're all Hydelians. It's a pity.
So,
Isabel,
I'd like to request you to be my escort. You might as well be under my official employ.
Isabel, I'm literally standing right here. You cannot be so bold when thieving my champions from me.
Oh, I had no such intention. As it happens, I too am on my way to the Eastern Gateway. The more the merrier when it comes to traveling, hence my proposal.
If you dare pull such a...
Of course, my lady.
The wheat on this farm doesn't split. Anyone can have...
Şuraya gideceğiz. Evet, geldik.
Sir, the Baron of Montvidel. Ah,
Sir have
what? Lady Tourette? As you can see, not so good. We're barely keeping them from marching through. Where did they get the funding to maintain such a large force, damn it? That Alfonso. Born to a knight in name alone, he worked the land same as me. Yeah, he distinguished himself in the war, even received a title for it. If I'd been as fortunate in finding good friends and a mentor, I'd probably be living the high life in Heidel by now.
Do I hear a mere captain belittling the efforts of a baron of Serendia? And in the presence of greater nobility, no less. If Captain Cliff were around, he would have demoted you into dust. Keep your wagging tongue behind your teeth, lest I take it from you.
Apologies, my lady. I'm just frustrated with the current situation. It's such an important time, but he's... So, how do you plan on fighting them? Gonna take them on by yourself? What? My lady, don't worry, I'm... Damn it, these bloody bastards! Hey, Rex, get inside! Lady Isabel, hurry! Shit. I will protect the ladies! Everyone, guard the gate! Wipe them all out!
Ne oldu öyle ya? Kesecektim onu.
My leg!
Adventurer,
My lady!
I told you I've been taken hostage before. You can see what toll that's taken on me. Damn it. I hoped you'd never see this side of me. Just give me a moment to compose myself, would you? Adventurer. Alfonso Rundi was here, right? How was he? I want to know. Tell me. I only caught a glimpse, but he didn't seem human. More like a demon. I don't believe it. He was the paragon of justice. What could have driven him to such extremes? So, they've decided to settle it amongst themselves, have they? Truly, the minds of men are beyond my comprehension. I have to find Sir Roig and return to Heidel. I'll leave this to you, and again, do not kill him, okay? Thank you. I'll rest in Glish in the meantime. Cho, Al, what has happened to us?
Lady Isabel wishes to speak with you. Mind your manners and listen well.
My true purpose here is to parley with the Baron of Montvidel. I'll be needing your assistance. Who would have thought the Baron would change so? That's why your help has become even more crucial. I know you're not here to kill the Baron because of his ties to Lady Jarrett. Lady Jarrett is known for her hot temper, but she also cares passionately for those she holds dear. I'm certain your lady wouldn't consider this betrayal, and I'll reward you handsomely. I have full confidence in your ability.
I hope you've taken Lady Isabel's words to heart. Here, get it done.
Evet. Bu kale arabelerine gidiyoruz. Haydi gidelim.
black stone. Did Jordine send you? I shall thwart him and protect Serendia for the glory and splendor of Serendia! Impossible. How do you wield such power? Who can possibly stop Jordine now? Impossible. How do you wield such power? Who can possibly stop Jordine now? So this is the end for Serendia. You win. Strike me down. Claim your victory. I only regret that I could not drag Jordine down to hell with me. Did I not command you to take my life? Do you dare tarnish my art? The Grand Chamberlain's war is now inevitable. Perhaps it's fate. What are you waiting for? Finish me! Indeed. Even Duke Domungat, now nothing more than an old man, turns a blind eye to his schemes. The war left us nothing but scars. But he seeks to rekindle its flames again.
I grew up the son of a poor knight, serving the Count of Montverdel. I became close friends with Princess Jordine and Jordine, the son of a secretary. Things have become a bit complicated now, but back then, Jordine was nothing short of an angel. My feelings for her grew by the day, but my humble status kept them from forming into action. When Calpheon invaded Serendia, Jordine's father was serving on the front line. Unfortunately, his father fell in battle, and that ever-cheerful lad's spirit was forever shattered. Jordine and I enlisted in General Cliff's unit and fought fearlessly, like demons in the vanguard. Victory was nearly within our grasp, but then, in a cruel twist of fate, Jordine was captured by the enemy. There was a woman who had a hand in Jordine's kidnapping. Turns out, she was Jordine's lover. As a close friend, only I knew of this, but since we needed his help in rescuing Jordine, I didn't make mention of it. I proposed a desperate plan to General Cliff, sending out 3 of our best warriors to rescue her. I had hoped to be the one to rescue her, and once the war had ended, propose marriage with the dignity of a war hero. However, it was Jordine who snatched the role of knight in shining armor from me. During the mission, Jordine acted impulsively. I aided him and suffered a severe leg injury for it. As he escaped with Jordine in his arms, I could do nothing but watch. But even then, I still trusted my friend. Right after her rescue, the war ended. Calpheon made an example of the Montverdel lands by reducing them to ash. At the ceremony to honor the war heroes,
Jordine was made Grand Chamberlain, and Jarrett his bride-to-be. And I became Baron of some stone-wrought ruins. Impossible. How do you wield such... Since then, I wish to halt the war, to safeguard Serendia, to protect Jarrett. Then, what nonsense is this? Are you not a hired... This is all part of his plan to quell Monfordel, rally the remaining forces, and strike at Calpheon. Jarrett, she sent you? Stop. Why would Jordine's betrothed want me spared? It's a bold-faced lie. She still considers me a friend. I see. Yes, she was always so... But what of her husband-to-be? He'll likely never leave me be. Even if you spare me now, Jordine will just try to kill me again. Might as well end it here. Do it! And why are you twisting that particular knife again? Your treasonous blade is indeed Jordine's, not He paid you off in black stones, didn't he? And you use its power, not knowing how it consumes you! And yet you still feign innocence. Did he order you to conceal your identity? If you flaunt that power so blatantly, did you think no one would notice?
So, the Black Crystal incident at the mill was your doing, I see.
Isabel and Karosha, why are you here? The Grand Chamberlain's mercenary colluding with my benefactor? What's become of Heidel? Or could it be that my benefactor doubts me and sent an assassin to dispose of a potential problem?
Simply put, I aimed to make the Baron of Monfordel the direct competitor to the Grand Chamberlain. The Callous Parliament was keeping a close eye on the Chamberlain, but our Baron here was a little even with Serendia's main forces tied up at the Baraghi Den, you couldn't even handle Havano's ragtag army. And then you stole a black... Lord Alfonso, hand over that black stone to me. It's the least you can do to preserve our relationship. You know very well what awaits you at the end of Black Stone addiction, don't you?
Fine. Take it. How do you plan to prevent the coming war now?
That settles an urgent matter, but nothing is truly resolved yet. Lord Alfonso, I need you to hold tight.
Understood.
Adventurer, what troubles you? Your countenance suggests you have many questions. Feel free to ask whatever you wish, but time is of the essence, so make it brief. Heidel may have pledged loyalty to Calpheon, but there are still many who remain hostile. Jordine Ducasse and Johann Cliff. They are men who prefer the sword to the pen. Also, the Duke may be an old man now, but he was once a general who led campaigns. I simply seek to keep them... Oh dear. Enrique, did you help me or this? Red Nose and Gieth both had black stones. It's easy enough to put... I want to make a deal instead. If you make further effort... What say you, adventurer? Good. I need... Sir Havano Tito is the Grand Chamberlain's closest... I hear he has a Here, take this fireflake flower.
Yes, me? What? Take that thing away from me. I'm allergic to fireflake flak. Come back later. Take that thing away from me. I'm allergic to firefly flower. Achoo! There's no need for leniency towards those who...
There's nothing you can't handle, is there? I'm starting to like you more and more. Why was he this? It's a secret, Bobby. I knew it was...
Girişe gidiyoruz. Evet, şimdi girişe geldik. Şurada girişteyiz.
Blast this shit. Back in my day we Yeah. Hey, listen well. If you wish to make any sort of living, yes, those...
His reaction is, well, as my suspicions have settled once Bobby Lawrence has to ply him with more, as you're probably keen. So where do you... It's the Oh dear. We both know. Caesar isn't... I'll leave... Oh, and we both know.
You in advance? Fine and dark. Water supplies just around. I heard that Lady Jarette was the first. Indeed, I heard you. As long as. Spooky place. Oh, some talent. Well, there are two. Did you not hear? Potions at my. Our village is surrounded by great swaths of marshland. In fact, Nagas have lived there for many years. For the longest time, they lived peacefully alongside us. But one day, this bastard Titium arrived, bringing his tribe all the way from the great desert of Valencia, and laid claim to over half the marshland. Since then, it's been nothing but conflict. It's been 9 years already. We're the ones who ended up paying for his audacity. I heard he's been focusing on military training these days. What are we supposed to do? Our own villages are in danger. Of course. Finally, I will promise. Are you an adventurer? Very nice to meet.
Adventurer? What a word of your deeds has reached all the way to Heidel. They say you single-handedly took down a...
As long as I'm around...
Due to the rampant activities of the Biragi bandits, we simply couldn't spare the troops to send, so I took the time to... Security Officer Caesar, would you give them...
Spooky place, right?
I remember promising to bestow wealth and honor upon you. I look forward to... and that white security officer.
As you're aware, the Grand Chamberlain to test Calfian. Anyway, don't worry about our deal. It still stands.
...25 tane bataklık nagası yok et. Şuraya gideceğiz.
skills are. Lady Isabel learns something. There's a place with some unusually. I acknowledge you've got the skills, but how long can you keep slaying an endless stream and not find the source?
You're the one who awoke in the stone chamber. I suppose you've come instead of the relic's power. Huh?
Wait, I'm not your enemy. Damn it. Completely lost your senses. I understand your resentment. But you shouldn't come with such power. Oh, you're here. Could you grab that necklace for me?
Our kin are dying. The desert Vogans are rooting us out. The Naga, we will reclaim our homeland. With the relic, we will be reborn.
This relic, it will not save the Nagas. Its power is temporary, and the darkness will swallow you whole.
The relic!
It's good to see you again. From Balanos to Serendia. Do you have some loose ends? Well, go ahead. Well, go ahead. Ask all.
What? Really? You could hear the Naga's voice? Aiden, this would be an outstanding addition to our paper!
Now hold your horse. What brought you here in the first place, anyway? Don't tell me. I suppose it's all you have to rely on. You would be wise to remember my words. Those intoxicated by the black spirits have all met the same fate. Looks like that.
Huh? Aiden?
Kilise gideceğiz. Ha bir dakika dur. Evet arkadaşlar, videoyu durdurmayı, ilerletmeyi unutmuşum. Yani videoyu devam ettirmeyi. O yüzden nagalarla ilgili eser görevini yaptıktan sonra Giliş'e geliyoruz. Ve Giliş'teki şu adamla konuşup görevlerimizi tamamlıyoruz. Bu görev tamamladıktan sonra şöyle geçelim. Şöyle Kararuf'tan tekrar görev alacağız. Serendia Güney Muhafız Kampı görevini alacağız. Sonra buraya gideceğiz. Hızlı bir şekilde oraya gidelim. Gelmiş olmamız lazım görev yerine. Şuradan.
Really? Don't let all this. I heard the Fogans usually seen it.
Ne diyor?
I heard the Fogans. You what? It would be if only we could communicate with them. I think we.
Hangisini seçelim? Fogan'ı yakala, Fogan imhası, canlı Fogan yakala. Hangisini seçsem acaba? Ben bunu seçiyorum.
Are you a new recruit?
Fogan öldür.
I rushed over. Didn't I already tell you? Are you saying you? I am the captain of that. Yet, but each. Indeed. Nobody knows when they're young. Are you going to? And if Titium is. Didn't I already tell?
Görevi aldık. Tityumu çekmek. Fogan şefi Tityum. Fogan Prensesi Tityum.
That energy. Donut. Donut, my old friend. Why did you do it? Why did you betray me?
ikinci girişe geri dönelim. Evet, görev yerine geldik. Askerimizin yanına gidelim.
You're saying you've taken down...
Adventurer, you're here, of course. At first lady, she will certainly do not. When the Jean one day, the frail life.
The demon spotted at Alejandro Farm. How did it happen? Was it truly a minion of Belmont?
It could be, or perhaps it was a coincidence.
Oh, oh! Is it the ancient stone chamber? That would be bad.
Is there anything suspicious going on?
Word is the overseer of the Black Crystal Extraction Mill has been acting strangely as of late.
Do you mean Sir Edmund?
An ominous presence is lurking around him. He's a Black Crystal addict. Is it possible that he could have awakened some kind of unknown relic?
Ooh, that sounds like something big. I gotta tell Eden. Big news incoming. La la la la.
Rumor has it, there's an adventurer causing...
There's a face I'm always happy.
You will only find disappointment if you expect my... Incidents that we go through are bound to show. Always.
Titian. The folk...
It may very... Even you. You were with Donat that day.
Now listen.
Hold on, given your...
Çamur Adam bataklığına gidiyoruz. Haydi gidelim. Evet arkadaşlar, burada Çamur Adam slotuna geldikten sonra Çamur Adam slotunu öldürüyorsunuz. Ardından kara ruhu açıp görevimizi tamamlıyoruz. Evet, görevimizi tamamladıktan sonra yeni bir görev geliyor. Donat'ın günlüğü diye görevimizi alıyoruz. Burada Donat'ın günlüğünü arayacağız.
Finally, I've got my hands on the key. My preparations are complete.
Donut. Please reconsider. It could be more dangerous than we thought. Reinforcements will arrive soon from Heidel.
Listen, Frero. Do you really think I'm doing all this for the sake of the town?
My friend, you are clearly tainted by the Black Stone.
Tainted? We'll find out soon enough! The greatness of Hexa. Behold! The one true king who will save us! Why not?
What a pity. You seemed a fine vessel. But another presence has already claimed you. Where there is light.
Confrontation against each other.
Hey, what's that look? I'm late eating, maybe a bit of...
I've been waiting for... Interesting. It's entirely blank. Donat was a scholar, so he definitely would have left something.
It's not alchemy. I can tell you that much for sure.
Surely there'll be a trace left somewhere.
Unfortunately, there's no way to tell. There's no sign of a reaction from his machine. Just what are you trying to get from this Fogan specimen? Don't tell me. You too are chasing after this hogwash about the product. What the?
The gem of balance. It's reacting. Adventurer, can you see it too? There's dark energy in the journal. This is a record of Belmore. Belmore? Ever since we need to alert as you found it.
The day it was born.
Looks like you found something. What truly happened to a journal? So that's why...
His best... Does this mean that the Shadow Knights have settled here? Where exactly are they?
A desert Fogan. He likely Titium was yet adventurer. Long ago, Belmorn reigned as king over the Hexa Kingdom. He was an ambitious conqueror who instilled fear far beyond his dominion. Yet time takes its toll on all of us, including him. Belmorn was growing older, as were his worries. In an abominable act, he summoned the evil god Kazaka, unleashing a wave of corruption that left all it touched neither living nor dead. And so righteous individuals emerged to contest and ultimately vanquish both King Belmorn and Kazaka. These individuals were known as the Knights of Dawn, pursuers of truth and defenders of balance. However, the fallen Belmorn did not simply vanish. Instead, he left a lingering curse on the souls of the surviving knights. Those who sealed and oversaw Belmorn's remnants, the descendants of the Knights of Dawn, little by little were consumed by darkness. They became the Shadow Knights, now orchestrating the revival of Belmorn. The descendant, they became the Shadow Knights. I'm sure you must have. Regrettably, we have no knowledge of. They became the There is a Lewiston. Let's save our word.
Finish with your Lady Isabel's business is now. We're about to transport. By the way, I'd like to from immigration. We'll talk more.
Adventurer? Lady Jordine is a small...
Oh, well, isn't that a coincidence?
It seems you... Either way, both esteemed ladies.
Şuraya gideceğiz.
My lady, there's only... Have we not already... This is become...
Sir...
Threatening? Perhaps you have forgotten...
Adventurer,
Slight...
You have... Oh, this unconscionable... You plan... And just how long do you... Surrender?
There it is. There's...
Sir...
How did you... What?
I don't think danger...
Well, that's true.
If you pull this...
If you are both in agreement... Towards the orc. If we manage... If you are both in agreement, then it's...
I don't think...
Getting banished to a backwater place like this.
Kızıl toplara gidiyoruz. Evet, geldik.
We are already fear itself.
Who are you, exactly? The one who sent the sword through Edmund?
We are the Shadow Knights. We serve King Belmorn of Hexa.
He's long dead.
That's right, Jordine. We've been preparing for the King's resurrection.
Nonsense.
Just one final step remains. A vessel to contain our King's pure wrath and ambition. You, Jordine.
You dare to make me a sacrifice?
I see it differently. Jordine, do you not wish for the destruction of Kelfion? With Lord Belmorn's power, that can easily come to fruition.
Serendia need not stoop to dark sorcery. By my might alone,
Calpheon will crumble.
You will soon make your decision. Our king.
Şuraya gideceğiz sanırım. Kuzeybatı geçidi. Haydi oraya gidelim.
Orcs are no easy opponents. Yet,
And with this, I believed in you, adventurer. It feels good. Shall we head back to hunt? I'll go ahead. Don't be too late. Golden Toad.
Why can't they understand that?
Come on, don't be shy. You're finally here. Come on, don't be shy. You have to down it.
Why?
Huh?
Me?
Ah, that Bobby.
I hate to...
What is it?
It's about the...
What? What are you?
Yes.
Do you realize if you're...
I'm well aware. Simply despite being... And you've seen it. Don't tell me... I just want to decide. My father...
You... Oh, I will... I must...
We're short thanks to the Baron and the Orc. Now a callous. Imagine Calpheon in that case. You mean seeing the... At first, the import... I'm certain some... Hold it. Taken aback by the tiger. Find you are the... But remember, I'll look into the... Well, I know the real power.
Buraya gideceğiz. Haydi oraya gidelim. Evet, görevin olduğu yere geldik. Sayılır. Sayılır yani.
Adventurer, praise for you, sir. So, let's be friends. Great. Recently, ever since that, our country, while we may take the Black Crystal Calpheon, the first, it won't. If you agree, if you view, I too, indeed, after the war, my father was once Lord Constable of Serendia. Then one day, he was exiled. He was accused of deeply offending the king. As the scales tipped, I lived recklessly. I wallowed in the arms of a woman named Roxanne. Alfonso, ever earnest, had eyes only for Princess Durette. I wished him the best. Then, suddenly, the Princess of Calpheon, who was married to one of the princes of Serendia, died. Calpheon pinned the blame on Serendia and waged war against us. In the ensuing war, my father was killed. Consumed with anger and grief, I enlisted in the army alongside Alfonso. I still remember the moment I reclaimed my father's sword from the blood-soaked battlefield. We were on the cusp of victory when Princess Jordine was taken hostage. Alfonso proposed the formation of a rescue party. His intentions were clear. He wanted to make a name for himself, elevate his status, and win the heart of his love. However, it was I who ended up rescuing the princess locked in the tower. Alfonso, unable to contain his eagerness, wounded his leg. The rescue operation did not go as intended. General Cliff used me as a decoy to escape with the princess. As a strategist, it was the obvious choice. I was left to survive by the skin of my teeth and return to hiding. Upon my return, I learned Serendia had been defeated. The king had surrendered and was now a duke. The Calpheon army then swept across Serendia, reducing Monvedel to ruins as a stark example. Then I began courting Jordine. Alfonso, in shock from all that transpired, went into seclusion. A year later, when the Duke returned from the war tribunal, Jordine and I pledged to marry. In that moment, the sole survivor of a crumbling family became the heir to an entire country. Shortly after, I became Grand Chamberlain, overseeing affairs of state in the Duke's stead. Now, with unfettered access to our nation's secrets, I learned of everything that had occurred during the war. My parents passed away while resisting Calpheon's attack on the Western Front. That tragedy was avoidable and born entirely from General Cliff's misjudgments. I couldn't stand the sight of him, so I demoted him and sent him to the outskirts of Balanos. Calpheon then constructed a black crystal extraction facility in the Western Swamp, keeping its output for themselves. It was only then that I came to understand the princess's death had been but an excuse to wage war, to obfuscate their true intentions. Moreover, the subject of my youthful affections, Roxanne Fiaza, was discovered to be a Calpheonian spy. By plunging Serendia's royal family into chaos, Calpheon created an excuse to attack. She orchestrated the princess's kidnapping and delivered Calpheon their victory on a silver platter. There were many questions I wished to ask her, but alas, she had already taken her own life. Ever since then, I've been living desperately to set things right again. Calpheon stole everything from my country. Everything from me. An opportunity. There's a thief, but for now, I've prepared a special meal for you. The cook.
Are you back from meeting Sir Jordine? Well, there's nothing more we can do.
Did you rest well?
How could this happen?
Did you rest well? Did you rest well? Captain, shadow follow it. It must heretics.
Oh my.
That's right, Jerry. What business to the the king, indeed.
Belmont.
Lady in the mean.
What are you talking about, Captain? Are you suggesting that we station Kelf...
Did you rest well?
How could this happen? Tell me! Why are they tormenting us like this? Adventurer, what are we to do?
Don't cry, Lady Jarrett. The heir of Serendia should not shed tears over such matters.
Calpheon ordered us to disband our army by day's end. Hence, even I was summoned from Balanos. The imp issue is far from resolved, yet they demand a hasty disbandment. This spells trouble. Jordine, what could he have done to provoke such a response from Calpheon?
To be forced to dismiss the army at a time like this. Joe, what will you do now? It's your first time laying eyes on me, unhelmed. It is I, Baron Alfonso Rundi of Monverdel. Once the power of the Black Stone faded, I regained my true form. Handsome, aren't I? The disbandment order applies to my domain as well, so I rushed here to inform His Grace. I'm just waiting here while the Grand Chamberlain is having a private audience with him. Why did I drag myself to Heidel? Did you not already knock some sense into me? Thanks to Lady Isabel, I've managed to reconcile with Jerry. Not quite there yet with Joe, though. Even though they rule over us, it's an order I simply cannot comprehend.
Did you rest well? The world has changed overnight. It appears we have another busy day. Captain Cliff has earned a Shadow Knight following. It must have... Heretics were discovered in the...
What? Oh, don't tell me. You're framing him? What, are you a spy from Calpheon? Huh?
Lady Jarrett, please, calm down. This adventurer is merely a wanderer who awoke...
Oh my. Come to think of it, Lady Jarrett was the first person to have met the adventurer after they awoke.
That's right, Jerry. Think about it. Remember all they've done for us. They probably didn't even know who the Shadow Knights were.
What business did the Grand Chamberlain have with them? Was it black crystals? Sacrificial offerings of virgins and children?
The king? The Shadow Knights seek a king now? Master Alustin, it was just...
Indeed. It seems they aim to revive the Monarch of Darkness.
Belmont? Captain, was Belmont not the old king who ruled the fallen Hexa Kingdom?
Lady Jarrett, our chief concern should be the disbandment order. I need... In the meantime, we will uncover the lair of those specters.
What are you talking about, Captain? Are you suggesting that we station Calpheon's army within our borders?
Accept the disbandment order first. It will prove to Calpheon that we have no allegiance to the heretics. And then, before Calpheon's forces march into Serendia for a full-scale Alfonso, the adventurer, and I must locate the base of those bastards and put an end to them for good.
Lady Jarrett, Captain Cliff's judgment is sound. Should Calpheon, Serendia would once again fall victim to the atrocities of war.
Damn it! I don't understand a word of what any of you are saying. But it seems like I have to shoulder...
Silence! Have you forgotten what those Calpheon bastards did to me? You dare ask me to call in those soldiers and...
My lady! Lady Jarrett!
Would the Grand Chamberlain truly accept that? A man who took great pains to raise an army just to strike at Calpheon. It won't be easy.
Is this true? Alfonso, did you know?
Why, it's true, Jen. Captain, Cliff. If you had known, you would have marched to Heidel with the handful of troops you had. It's one thing for me to cross him. I've some degree of sovereignty. But to defy your leader and commander could brand you a traitor.
If it's true, we're dealing with a far graver issue. I knew the Grand Chamberlain has been up to something, yet if he is now bracing for a war with Calpheon, who knows what
It seems there's no time left to lose. We must... Adventurer, go. The Shadow Knights approach him now. We'll
Adventurer.
The Shadow Knights...
Your Grace, you've seen it for yourself. The foundations that Medea built itself upon.
Yes, Grand Chamberlain. I know it well.
Then why do you hesitate? Your Grace, why do you think Calpheon took over Serendia? Black crystals. The black crystals. It's because of those black crystals. Reclaiming the rights to the black crystals will allow Serendia to prosper once more. We can welcome back the days of glorious splendor.
Grand Chamberlain, I am terrified.
You must remain resolute. The taxes are only temporary measures. If we can reclaim rights to the Black Crystal business, we can return the taxes to the people.
But how can we claim victory against Calpheon?
We have already completed the initial trials. If we supply harpies, sawnills, and trolls with pure black crystals, they will provide ample distraction for Delphi and Trina Knights. If we seize that opportunity, we can take the Chief Counselor's head.
Isn't it all too obvious? They've already seen right through you.
Already?
Is this...
Sir Edmund? What are you doing here?
Glory to the sunlight upon the eagle's feathers, Your Grace.
Speak.
I will be extraditing the Grand Chamberlain Jordine Ducasse to Calpheon.
Bastard, how dare you! I'm sorry, Grand Chamberlain. I was fearful.
Your Grace!
Sir Jordine, you'd be wise to come quietly. You must stand trial before the Calpheon court. The trial will be fair, and if found innocent, Calpheon will compensate Serendia properly.
My fate does not end here. Not like this. This calls for a change of plan.
As I suspected, the Shadow Knights! You're the one who... Quickly! Execute the traitor of Calpheon! At once!
Sir Edmund, this isn't what you promised.
Where is he?
Jordine.
Somebody please help!
Adventurer, too. I truly believed you'd understand. Your Grace, there's no turning back now. Rest assured, you and the Lady Jarette will not be harmed.
Jordine, why on earth are you doing this?
For the glory, for the splendor of Serendia.
Jordine!
Adventurer, what in the world happened? Sir Edmund? Impossible. A knight of the Callous Parliament was used as a...
Father! Father! Are you okay? Are you hurt?
Oh, Your Grace, please, pull yourself together. Oh, good grief. His great... Wait! Adventurer, head to where you first witnessed Jordine with the Shadow Knights. That what Master Alustin believes...
All has been set in motion. Bear witness.
The mark of darkness shall descend upon us. We shall emerge from the depths of this. Finally comes to us.
Before the Almighty, the King of Hexa has returned.
Jordine, have you finally succumbed to the darkness?
Ah, of course. I always knew it would come to this. Come at me.
Revenge on Calvin!
Seems I need more time to get accustomed to this body. Meldor.
Take cover!
Ne kadar?
All has been set in motion. Bear witness.
The mark of darkness shall descend upon us. We shall emerge from the depths of this. Finally comes to us. Bow before the Almighty. The King of Hexa has returned.
Jordine, have you finally succumbed to the darkness?
Ah, of course. I always knew it would come to this. Come at me.
Must stop him. Jordine, you bastard! Was your thirst for revenge this insatiable? Damn it! Jordine, you bastard! What purpose could revenge on Calvion possibly serve?
You shall kneel before me.
Go! Come back to your senses! What purpose could revenge on Calvion possibly serve?
You shall kneel. Seems I need more time to get accustomed to this body. Meldor.
That damn Jordine! To the very end! Does he not realize this path leads up? Jerry must be worried.
Protector of Serendia. More importantly, her...
Adventurer. Father, he's been bedridden. What of Sir Jordine? You didn't kill him, did you? Al, tell me it's not true. He was your friend, wasn't he? Oh, what am I supposed to do?
Jerry, dry your eyes.
Adventurer, can you spare a moment to speak? As the protector of Serendia, as you can see, Alfonso, so the most important task. According to Master Luke, stop, lady is...
Adventurer, and as for you, proud protector of Serendia, when the road of adventurer, thank you for protecting Serendia. Adventurer, thank you for protecting Serendia. Yes. Adventurer, yes. Adventurer, funny, isn't it? Adventurer, Calphion is preparing. Adventurer, thank you. I had no. Adventurer, thank you. I thought I.
Warm greetings to you. First and foremost.
It feels like I'm... Oh,
Adventurer, it is my estimate. Our paths. Adventurer, never forget your strength. Regrettably, the shock must have been great. It is my... perhaps.
It feels like... Oh, my I once asked my...
Adventurer, well, still, adventurer. Well, still, adventurer. I hope you...
If you need anything, she hadn't. If you need anything, please, she was... I don't know, such an... If you need anything, please let me know. Anything for a friend of the future Duchess.
When I requested reinforcements...
You think I've got...
Are you kidding?
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I'll leave first with...
Evet, geldik. Şimdi son görevdeyiz. Serendia Final görevindeyiz. Final görevindeyiz yani. Final round. Baksana eli mi yok? Serendia macerası tamamlandı. Evet arkadaşlar, bu görev tamamlandı. Şimdilik benden bu kadar. İkinci görev, yani Kalpiyon göreviyle devam edeceğiz. Jordine destanını anlatmaya devam ediyoruz. Hem birlikte oynayalım, hem birlikte bunu keşfedelim. Bir sonraki videoda görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın.